Okay, I think we're live here now, finally. Welcome to JK Games, the gaming podcast where we bring you the gaming news we care about.
And maybe some that we don't.
Whether you play on easy mode,
or you like a good challenge.
This is a show where we'll try to level up your gaming knowledge.
Woo! Welcome back, everybody. We're in here. We're two sleepy gals, but we're ready to get pumped up. You guys keep us energized in the chat, folks. We need some engagement here. We do pass away. But if you're new here, I am one of your hosts, Kayla.
And I'm your other host, Jerica, and today we have a lot to talk about, including PlayStation buying Bungie, which is a pretty big deal.
Wowza.
That's insane. But other various gaming bits of news that we have collected from the past week. So I think we might talk about what we've been playing a little bit.
Yeah.
We might dive into, any new games. I don't know, Kayla, I haven't played any new games technically that I could feel like that I could even speak to, but I'll share.
Okay, I have one game that I finished, a short little game to talk about.
Okay.
But then we were also going to discuss our PlayStation Wrapped from last year, which is always a fun one to do. I was worried it wasn't going to come out at all. Honestly.
Yeah, I sort of remember last year as well. It sort of came out at a later, it was later than usual.
Yeah.
You would think a wrap up would be at the beginning of the year or at the end of the year, but it took I don't know exactly what day.
Hi, obviously, chat. I'm late from lunch said, "Damn, that camera looks good, Jerica."
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It's an old camera, so I guess it works. Thanks to Late from Lunch, though, recommending the battery pack, because now I can just plug it into the wall.
Yeah.
I don't have to use the battery anymore, so it's very reliable.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get a similar camera set up soon, because I'm really jealous of Jerica's quality. So we're going to figure that out. And hello, JTH Kong. Welcome. All right. So yeah, today we're just going to, if you're new to our show, we lay our episodes out in 3 parts. We have our easy mode where we talk about what we've been playing.
By the way, I'm sorry to interrupt. Who was that? Who's in the chat?
JT.
I can't.
JTH Kong.
I'm just going to say this because I know who that is. Your girl went flawless in Destiny 2 last week.
Really?
Or was it this week? Everything's a blur. This week is a blur. And just so you know, flawless is just something that not just everyone does, Kayla. It's cream of the crop. Some of the best Destiny players only go flawless in
yes, please explain.
Osiris. And luckily that gentleman was able to help me finally do it. Of course, I held my own. Had a fusion rifle in there, but ultimately I did need 2 other players that were really good. You can only have 3. But I needed 2 people that were really good, and they carried me, sort of. I held my own. All I'm going to say is I did hold my own, and it was pretty great. I'm going to share some clips from that gameplay, too. And I think they actually did stream it, too. So
oh, nice.
It might still be up on their channel. Sorry. No, I want to celebrate that.
You should celebrate it. I want to hear about it.
My armor's glowing right now. If I log into Destiny, I'm, glowing because I went flawless. It glows for, 2 weeks. Bragging rights.
Wow.
Okay, sorry.
That's obvious bragging rights. That's really nice. I wish.
It's look at me. I'm flawless.
I'm famous.
Okay, I'm done now.
And then we have Arkham Arrow said hello in the chat, and then JTH Kong also said LOL. Jerica did great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Jerica can't see the chat, so I'm streamlining the chat for her. So.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome to another episode. This is episode 110, which is crazy, first of all. If you're new here, let's go ahead and dive into our loadout and just get that done, Like a warm blanket. Throw it over your shoulder. Here we go.
I'm in here. I'm ready to go.
All right, so we lay our episodes out in 3 parts. Our easy mode, which is just, like Jerica said, talking about what we've been playing. Jerica said she hadn't been playing a lot. That's okay. We'll discuss. You had a lot going on, okay? And then we have
There's a literal bakery in the kitchen right now because my girlfriend's baking a lot of cupcakes.
Yeah.
She baked a cake earlier in the week too.
Nice.
So there's just a lot of things going on in the house right now.
Yep.
So
I noticed Otto's not behind you. That's rare.
He's downstairs with his mom and
Aww.
not cramping my style tonight.
And then our normal mode, like Jerica said, we got a couple things to talk about, and then we're going to dive straight into our expert mode. So if you're not already, go ahead and follow us on Instagram and Twitter, because I did ask a couple questions over there that we're going to include today. It's JK Games Podcast, and our Twitch, if you're not watching live right now. We have started going live when we do our episodes, which lately has been conveniently like every other Friday. I don't know. We don't have a schedule, so don't stick us to that.
We haven't been planning it either. It just keeps working out.
It usually ends up doing that, which I like doing it on Friday nights. Let us know, like, if you guys have, like, days that we just kind of do what we can, but if you have days that you would be like, yeah, this would be perfect if you would stream on this day, let us know, because that'd be helpful.
We might be able to work that out at some point. Like, we need to consider it. So.
Yeah. Well, that's why, like, if you have suggestions, like, days that work best for you guys that watch us, we'll see, because I would love to be.
I don't know what works for streamers most of the time. Obviously, streaming every day is great. Can't do that. So
Nope. Can't do that.
Can't do that.
However, I am wanting to start... I want to start streaming some gameplay on our Twitch just occasionally, so I'm going to try to get that situated soon. And I'll keep you guys updated. But if you follow us on our socials, you'll be able to see, like, we'll obviously post when we do that as well. So yeah, cool. Okay, let's go ahead and, Jerica, so you haven't played anything, you just been playing Destiny? Nothing else new?
Yeah, luckily I was able to find some time the other night to, of course, go flawless in Trials of Osiris. And let me just explain what this mode is and what it means. So it's 3v3, and it's basically elimination. You get shot, you're out, right? Unless your teammate can revive you. But ultimately, like, if you kill all 3 people on the other team, they're out. There's 5 rounds of that, if I'm not mistaken, 4 or 5 rounds of that. And then whoever has obviously wins that match. But to go flawless, Kayla, you have to do that 7 times, I think, in a row without losing any matches. So that's like 5 times 7. It's like 35 rounds you have to, not technically not win all 35 rounds, but you do have to win the match. So have the most overall wins in 7 matches.
Whoa.
So it's a commitment. And as soon as, like, you lose a match, like, you do have an option, like a little trinket, so to speak, that you have that can reset and basically forgive your loss if you want to do that. But yeah, sort of losing my train of thought. Regardless, it's very hard to do, and you have to have a pretty good team to do it. And luckily, I have 2 great friends that helped me with that, and it was awesome.
That's awesome.
I'm so proud. I want to do it again. I've gotten really good with the fusion rifle, linear fusion rifle, and basically I just have to creep around, and it's one of those weapons that you have to, like, rev up. You can't just shoot it. You have to, like,
those are difficult.
Pew.
What was that?
Takes a second, so it's a lot of... I don't know if I could do that again. Yeah, this gun makes a really cool sound. I wish I could replicate it. But, I'm using Lorentz, and you'll learn that you hate Lorentz unless it's, like, on your team. So I do hate that gun because it murders me a lot, but I love using it because it's pretty OP right now, in my opinion, which I hope that doesn't change because I'm going to keep using it for that reason. Anyways, like, Destiny competitive Destiny players are so good. It's really insane, like, how good some people can be, and it's, like, almost like, are they cheating? Like, can they be that good? It's so irritating. And I'm sure there's some, I don't know how cheating works in games anymore, but I'm sure some of that happens.
Yeah.
Regardless, I got it done. Had my first flawless. I'd love to do it again someday. Also, big milestone in Destiny for myself, because guess what? I have never gotten the platinum for Destiny 2.
Oh yeah,
for a few years now. I did not realize, like, there was one thing in Destiny that I've never also, believe it or not, the flawless, they didn't give me the platinum. That's not one of the trophies. Wow. I'm sure it's some kind of achievement within, obviously within the Bungie ecosystem. But this is a perfect conversation because we're going into Bungie PlayStation news later. Segue, not right now.
Segue.
But I will say, but the other thing that we have never finished in Destiny, me and Audrey, we've never done a Grandmaster Nightfall, and basically these are just rotations and dungeons, not dungeons, but strikes that you can do which there's a big boss at the end. You play with 2 other people, get through it. But with the Grandmaster, you can turn up the difficulty when you play these matches, or levels, so to speak, and that's the hardest mode. And you have to be 1350 to even do it, and that's the highest light level in the game.
Yeah.
That's one of the caps. Like, you can get up beyond that, but you have to reach that first. So you have to have the best gear and the best stuff before you even can attempt it. It won't let you do it unless you have that. But the mode's super, super hard. And if you die at some point, and your team dies, you have to, it makes you go back out of orbit and you have to start all over again. It's just not fun if you are struggling. Well, we found just a random guy on the Bungie app. You can use looking for a group in the Bungie app. Because we just couldn't find anybody to play with that night, and I was like, let's just find some randoms. So we played we did the strike a few times with a few randoms, didn't get too far. And we just found this person, another warlock, thank God, that was able to hop in and help us out. Warlocks are great because they can throw down a healing rift and keep your team alive. So we were able to use them and get us through the Grandmaster strike. So we did it. We got through it. This is the first time me and Audrey we've ever completed a Grandmaster strike. And lo and behold, after we finished, I saw a trophy pop. I was like, oh, cool, that was a trophy. And then another one, and I was like, oh my God, was that the platinum? Was that the only thing we needed? I had no idea.
You didn't even check? Wow.
I didn't know that was it. I didn't know what I was missing. I just assumed I would never platinum Destiny because there are so many things you can do in Destiny.
Yeah.
I play it all the time. I do a lot, and I still can't do all the things. I just didn't think that was a thing. So I popped the platinum for it and didn't realize it. And maybe I was like, oh my, because on top of the excitement, I was extra excited because I got the platinum for Destiny.
Nice!
Destiny 2, yes. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I made some time for those things. So
cool.
No other games have been able to grab my attention yet.
Right.
So.
You did, didn't you download Nobody Saves the World? Didn't you try that?
I did try it. I don't really have it was cute and it's fun, but I can't really say that I played enough to say this is a great game or not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's on my list.
I started it and it was really fun. It was fun so far.
Okay.
It's free on Game Pass. Obviously, if you have the Game Pass thing, you could play it right now.
The Game Pass thing.
The Game Pass thing. Yeah.
All right. Cool. Yeah, I haven't downloaded, but I haven't started it yet. I have a lot of downloaded. If you guys are tuning in, I have a lot.
The art style is really cute. It reminds me of something, but I don't know what it is.
Is it like Paper Mario?
No, it's definitely inspired by a cartoon that I've seen.
Interesting.
But I don't know what it is.
Let us know in the chat if you know. If you've played Nobody Saves the World, let us know if you like it, what it reminds you of.
It reminds me of something, and I can't put my finger on it.
Hey, that's all right.
I probably could Google it, but I'm not going to do that. What have you been playing, Kayla?
I've been playing a couple things. Let me, really quick in the chat, because I forget you can't see it, so I'm going to call it out.
It looks like no one's talking. So.
Late from Lunch said, how did you manage 2 never-been dones in 1 week in a game you've been playing for 3 years?
That is Destiny in a nutshell. That should be the quote to end all quotes when we talk about Destiny, because
I don't know.
Maybe because I just do the same things and I never do anything different.
Yeah.
Do strikes and play Crucible, so.
Right.
It's a shame. I was mad at myself that I didn't realize that's all I needed. I would have tried harder, faster.
That's so funny that you were so close.
God, it's stupid.
Well, lately, so I finished a game. I finished What Remains of Edith Finch, which was really fun.
I forgot.
Yeah, it was only a couple hours, but I think it was the perfect length for what it was. Because it's strictly narrative driven game. You are walking through this old house, your old family house, and it's very whimsical and really cool because you're a young adult. I don't know exactly how old the girl is. But you're reflecting back on your life and your childhood, and the girl's mom doesn't want her to know any of the family secrets. But the whole house, every single room is closed off. So every generation has lived in this house, and all the rooms where people have died are closed off. And each room is very unique to the family member, and so you break into the room because nobody lives there anymore. It's abandoned, but you're going back to reflect on your life. And so you go back and you like break into every single room and you read like their like either their diary or like some sort of notes, like something that's relevant to the character's like story, and you like play through it, which is really cool. So you find like, let's say it's like a journal of your great aunt, like Finch, because that's like the Finch family.
Yeah.
And so you read through that, and as you're reading, you jump into it and you play in like a different play style every single time as you're playing through their personal story and like learning about them. So it's really cool. It's very unique, different than anything I've seen before. And so you're like looking through stories within a story, which is really neat. So the gameplay is really simple, very, very linear. But the storytelling is like phenomenal. And it did win a Game Award for storytelling narrative, or best narrative. When it came out, I think it was like 2019, I believe. So it's just really cool how each like family member has their own like version of the story, and when you mark somebody off, you like pull up a map and it shows like their like little branch that gets like checked off, and so your goal is just like learn about each one of them. And there are some puzzle aspects. It's not like completely straightforward, but for the most part, it's it's free on Game Pass, which is why I downloaded it. So yeah, it's pretty neat. Very whimsical, very unique.
Without spoiling anything, I do remember one level where it was like underwater or something.
Yeah.
It was like maybe the bathtub and then like the whale or something. It was just sort of like what was it, the word I'm looking for? Just, it's like you're taking drugs. Like, whoa.
So,
this was insane. Like,
and
whoa.
The reason is because you're in like a kid's mind. And so
that was it. Yeah.
And so they're in the bathtub, but they think it's like this like ocean, and then you're walking through their story. It's kind of morbid, honestly, because everyone's dead.
'Cause obviously at this point, like, that's not a huge spoiler. Everyone's dead, and this lady's like trying to go back and learn about her family, and like you're playing through their memories, so to speak.
Yeah,
right?
well, it's almost like, because it seems like there's a generational like curse on their family.
That's it. Like there's like some kind of curse or something going on where she thinks she's going to die next or something.
Yeah.
Happen.
Well, yeah, and there is like some twist. Like the end is good, so you should definitely play it. It's dark and depressing sometimes, most of the time.
It's a cool game. Cool concept.
There's lots of like secret passageways and like hidden treasures and stuff. Like, yeah. So I finished that, and then I have been playing Overwatch a lot with our group of friends, and it's been really fun.
I've been seeing that.
Yeah.
I've been seeing the chat, like y'all are jumping on to do Overwatch.
Yeah.
How's that?
It's really fun. You should definitely play with us sometime. It feels kind of nostalgic because I used to play it so much, like so many hours. Later we're going to talk about like the games we spent the most hours on. That's one of them for me, like when it first came out. But I'm having a lot of fun. It's a really fun game to play with like a set group of friends. I feel like I wouldn't just hop on and play like with random people at this point, just because like it has gotten really competitive, and like really like there's a certain type of person that plays it, you know, and that just for like, but we have fun, and we
pesky Overwatch overachievers.
Yeah, which our goal is just to have fun and like cut up with friends, and like I am getting better. It's a really good game to kind of like practice keyboard and mouse on, and that's what I've been trying to teach myself how to play like keyboard and mouse. I play
How's that going?
It's fine. I'm fine. I'm a big like first person shooter kind of gal, and so it's weird transitioning from controller to like, keyboard and mouse. So I have both. So I interchange. Sometimes I use controller, sometimes I use keyboard and mouse. It just depends.
I was just saying, it takes some practice. You know? I just haven't played with keyboard and mouse in so long. I also did that, like trying to just play Doom with my keyboard and mouse was a little bit of a challenge.
JTH Kong said Overwatch it lit.
There you go.
And Zip Penguin, hello Zip Penguin. Welcome to our chat. We are going to go play games on his Twitch channel soon once we figure out a day that works for us. But you should go check him out on Twitch as well. It says beta for Overwatch 2 incoming? Question mark? I don't know. Is there something that they've said? Let us know. Did I miss something? Because I'm excited. Hopefully it's soon. Who knows, honestly, if we'll ever get that game. Anyways.
It's probably in pretty good hands at this point. Like, I'm sure it will come to fruition since, you know, they got bought by Microsoft last week. So
Oh wait, yeah.
Or
Oh my
or
gosh.
last.
I forgot because we got more purchases to talk about today. Yeah, it should get going soon. Okay, so that's really all I've been playing. I have a lot of stuff downloaded. I gotta decide what I want to play next. So I'm going a little crazy still with downloading Game Pass games. I gotta focus. So
The Netflix of video games.
but basically, well, where do we want to start with our news? We got a couple things to cover. Do you want me to talk about Apex first, or we want to do that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, the Apex update.
Yeah, so I feel like I betrayed Apex.
Normal mode.
Normal mode, baby. That was not a smooth transition.
No.
We're loopy tonight.
We're a little loopy.
News, baby. We got a lot to discuss. I wanted to just jump right in, Okay. Everything we know about Apex Legends Defiance before launch. So this is the new season. I believe it's season 12, which also, by the way, happy anniversary to Apex. It's 3 years today. I remember back in the day, just 3 years ago, hopping on for the first time, like, what is this? And just downloading it.
It had a really cool launch because like it really wasn't, there's no marketing push for it. Just like they put it in the hands of like all these streamers and they're like, hey, play our new game.
Yeah, and it went really well. It was a very soft launch.
The Titanfall has their own battle royale game. Come try it. Here it is.
Really weird.
And it played really. It was from launch. Like it was very surprised. Like it played really well.
It was a lot more simple than it is. It was a lot like pretty straightforward. Like there was like 5 characters I think and like 1 map.
Yep.
So a lot has changed. So Apex Legends 12th season update is right around the corner, dropping for all players on February 8th. So in a couple of days from when we're recording. So there's a couple things that are going on. So Defiance is going to have a limited time game mode, which is 9 versus 9, which is really exciting.
That's neat.
It's called Control. It's similar to Halo Infinite Stronghold mode. So pitting 2 teams of 9 against each one another. Game mode tasks teams with holding a series of objectives scattered across the map, with the match coming to a close once players have reached 1,500 points. So as opposed to Apex's usual respawn timer, Control allows players to respawn almost immediately, which that's cool. That's very different for them. So Defiance features a reworked map. So Apex does a cool thing where like they kind of will stick with the same maps, but they will change like elements of them so it looks like destroyed or like overgrown, that sort of thing. So rework of the Olympus map, which I love the Olympus map. Defiance is bringing a bunch of new cosmetics. Flair, Jerica. Lots of flair. Two new legendary character skins that look really cool. So one for Loba and one for Bloodhound. Bloodhound skin is shown very briefly at the end of Season 12 gameplay, but Eagle Eye fans have noticed the skin seems to evolve during the course of the game. Ooh, changing with each new kill that you get. So kind of similar to your Flamey Boy.
That's neat. Yeah.
And then we get a new character, which she looks really cool. So Mad Maggie is her name. She looks dope. She's got a mohawk with her side shaved.
You said Mad Maggie?
Mad Maggie, Apex Legends.
I'm gonna have to look her up.
Personality-wise, Maggie is stubborn and ferocious, and definitely one of Apex morally gray legends, which they have some of those. So she's got some cool abilities. You should check out the gameplay trailer for her. From a gameplay standpoint, Maggie looks like she'll be a great new addition to Apex's more offensive legends, with abilities that complement an aggressive playstyle, which is usually what I play when I'm not playing a support character. So yeah, definitely check that out. It's coming in February 8th. Really excited to try the new game mode with 9 versus 9. Late from Lunch said it kind of looks like a big team battle and has auto health regen, which is cool. Or regeneration. So yeah, definitely would be fun. Unfortunately, and Late from Lunch is actually the one that told me this, it's not, you can't queue up with 9 people, which would be fun. Because the only sad thing about Apex is like you can only play with 2 other people, so you can only have a group of 3. So I wish they would allow for bigger parties, but it seems like from what he told me that you can't queue up with 9 people. It's 3 separate groups of 3 together.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So sad.
Aww.
But it's okay. It's still going to be fun. Okay. 2 more big things to talk about, Jerica. Well, I guess it depends on how you look at it, but let's save the biggest news for last. So
Okay.
Tell me about this Halo show that's coming out.
So I think it's Paramount, right?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. I think you have the article put up
I
here,
do.
But I remember it got announced like a while back that, there's a Halo TV show in the works. Mm-hmm. And I haven't really done too much research on it, but the first trailer came out.
It's coming out March 24th, which is soon.
Yeah, that also surprised me because I haven't really been following it too closely. I just saw like on YouTube that there's a new trailer for the Halo show, so definitely. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did. It looks pretty cool.
I played a lot of Halo in my day. It's very Halo-y. It's the max Halo-ness you expect from a Halo show.
Yeah.
The biggest thing that I pulled from it was that I feel like this is going to have it's going to definitely have a niche sci-fi kind of vibe to it. I see it being a little serious, but also just like it's going to be Halo.
Yeah.
Like I've heard some people, they're upset about how Master Chief sounds. I'm like, well, it sounds close enough to me. And then some people are upset about how Cortana looks. I'm like, she looks fine to me. Like, is she not blue enough? I don't know.
You're not being very picky about it?
I'm not picky about it. It looks like an entertaining thing to watch. And yes, I will be watching it. I was pretty impressed with the visual quality of the show.
Yeah, I agree.
Didn't know how cheesy it would look or low budget potentially. Not saying it would be low budget, but you never know with some IPs like this, especially because it's coming out so soon. I don't know. Maybe it was just me not paying attention to it being filmed or worked on. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But I feel like this show just came out of nowhere. I knew about it, but I'm like, oh, wow. I didn't realize it was this close to being done.
Yeah. If you guys in the chat, let us know what you think about it. Also, if I look different, I turned my brightness up a little bit. So disregard the sudden more bright.
Oh, yeah.
What?
I honestly don't mind more video game TV shows.
I don't either.
I'm not a big fan of TV show or movies, video game movies. Just because I feel like most video games are multiple hours, way longer than a movie.
Yeah.
So a good video game, I could take 8 hours to 50 hours, depending on what game it is. So it's really hard to tell a video game story or even a slice of a story or even a different type of story in an hour and a half.
Right.
So I'm glad it's a TV show. I think TV shows are the best way to go for whatever they're doing. The Witcher. The Witcher's great.
Last of Us.
The Last of Us coming out. Thank God that's going to be not a movie, but a show that will last multiple seasons and make HBO and Sony and I'm sure Neil Druckmann lots of money. So, but that's if we're gonna get it, I'd rather it be TV shows or we'll get to the next bit of news with the Bungie thing, but I love animated series. I would love, I'm just so, I'll talk about it all the time, but Arcane is amazing.
I still haven't seen it, Jerica. It's on my, it's next.
God, I got mad at Hunter today because he asked me if I watched something else, and I'm like, well, have you watched Arcane?
That's your priority.
I'm not watching anything else anyone else recommends me until they watch Arcane because I've recommended it enough.
Yellow Jackets right now. Have you seen Yellow Jackets?
That's what Hunter was. Hunter's like, have you watched Yellow Jackets? I'm like, Audrey's seen the first episode. I've seen a bits of it, but I'm like, no, have you watched Arcane? I asked you that. And it's only 9 episodes and 40 minutes long, maybe.
Totally different vibes. Totally different vibes. But I want to watch it for sure.
I'll compare the two. I'll see Arcane and Yellow Jackets. Let's see how they compare. Regardless, video games as TV shows, I'm a fan. I'll eat it up. I don't care. I keep putting it out.
Okay.
I'll buy it. I'll subscribe.
Really quick commentary, and then we'll move on to our biggest piece of news. Hold on. Let me see. Where did it go? I asked my brother. My brothers are also a really big Halo fan, so I asked him what he thought of the trailer. This is his quote.
We need some, big fan here.
He said, I did see it. So the show is set in a non-canon timeline. So technically they can do whatever they want with it, but you know how Halo fans are. With a laughing face.
That sucks. I'd rather them, me personally, take it somewhere that the games haven't been.
Yeah, just exactly.
Tell another story with Master Chief. Yeah. I don't care. That's great.
That's what he's saying is that it's not canon. So everything needs to be perfect and accurate. If so he's saying a lot of the fans are reacting, saying it needs to be perfect and there's it's accurate. So he thinks if they mess up something, it won't be the end of the world, and he's going to watch it regardless. So. That's his commentary.
That's cool. Good. Thank you. Thank him for his insight.
Thank you, Coleman, for your insight. Okay. Biggest piece. Drum roll.
I said this out loud to myself, in response to Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard. I was just like, man, who's next? Who will Sony buy next? And just sort of disclaimer, of course, I know the timing of all of it seems very like this is how they reacted, but they definitely didn't use this to react. This is something that's been planned out for probably a couple of years now.
It had to have been.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe what happened with Microsoft and Activision, like maybe caused them to get to this conclusion faster, or it was just a coincidence. It definitely wasn't a reaction too, but I did say out loud to myself, like, what if Bungie gets bought by PlayStation? Like, that'd be really cool. Like, what if they become I was greedily, like, being greedy and saying that, selfish. I ultimately don't want Bungie to ever have to, like, change what they do with Destiny. I just want it to be better. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Because, Bungie was they were obviously owned by Microsoft for a long time. And then branched out, did their own thing. Then they worked with Activision. They actually were under Activision. There was like a contract there. And after that deal, they separated again and went totally independent. So Bungie being independent has done incredible work. Like, Destiny is a game that's been out for almost, I think it came out, I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I'm having a hard time remembering, like 2000. I
can look it up really quick.
Look it up real quick.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been out like 10 years, but it may not have been that long. No, I think it's
been out a long time. Hold on.
When did Destiny 1 come out?
Destiny 2 came out in 2017.
When did Destiny 1 come out?
Destiny 1 came out in 2014.
Okay. So it's been out a while.
It's been a while.
And considering they have a really big online game that's it's live service, so continually upgrading and adding content, to go on that long and just still get better every year is insane for an independent studio, in my opinion. So, like, they know what they're doing when it comes to live service games and relaying content over and over and over and making the same game fresh, at least for a few months most of the time. That's my only big pet peeve with Destiny has been the last time I've played it, before I got into it as much as I am in now, I just quit playing it because I was sort of tired and did all the things I wanted to do. I'm like, what else is there to do now?
Little did you know.
But they've done a really good job of, like, adding seasonal content that's, that lasts a few months, and then you got something new a few months later, instead of having to wait till a whole new expansion, like, once a year.
Yeah.
Like, there's stuff going on all the time in Destiny now. A lot of different modes. So with all that being said, they've done a great job. Independent studio on their own. They know what they're doing. And, of course, this past week, PlayStation, Sony has bought Bungie.
Wow.
They have bought Bungie, and it's a little different situation than with most of their first-party studios, and actually have an article here sort of highlighting some of the things, because what's cool about it on the upper level, like, they have all decided that, hey, in this agreement, like, Bungie's still independently, like, making their own stuff, and going it's going to be on every platform. So, like, you're still going to be able to play Destiny 2 on Xbox and PC, obviously.
Right.
Like, none of that is changing. Their way of business is not changing. Probably what we will tell as gamers, players of Destiny. But I'll read this article to sort of, like, well, what's the reason for buying Bungie? Like, why did PlayStation do it? And why did Bungie say, cool, I like this idea? One, money. They paid them money to buy them, obviously.
Lots of money. Like, more than Microsoft, right?
What do you mean?
No. How much money did they pay?
For what? For
Bungie.
Oh, it actually, compared to everything else people have been buying, it's not as expensive. It's still more money that we will know what to do with, though, Kayla.
I must have read that wrong then. I guess I did.
So just in comparison how wild this is, Activision Blizzard, obviously many studios, was bought by Microsoft last week for like, I've already forgotten the number, something stupid like 60 something $billion.
Yeah.
$60 billion. We'll just say that. And Sony bought Bungie for $3.6 billion.
Oh,
So
okay.
one
okay,
studio,
okay.
you know, I'm sure if you did math and like multiply it by multiple studios at Activision Blizzard, cool. And there's way more businessy stuff into that. Now I'm rambling, but I'll get to the point.
Sorry.
Hey, they got, in my opinion, I don't even know what, how much money that even looks like or feels like. But it seems like they got a good deal because Bungie has a lot to offer when it comes to giving Sony like the upper hand with certain things. So I'm going to read this article finally. Sorry, I am tired, so I will ramble more than usual.
That's okay.
I pulled this article from The Verge. It's written by Jay Peters. You should check it out. Sort of summarizes a lot of things that are happening with this deal. Sony is buying Bungie, the developer of Destiny and the original creator of Halo, for $3.6 billion. The acquisition arrived shortly after Microsoft's announcement that they intend to acquire Activision Blizzard. Bungie will continue to independently publish and creatively. They will continue to independently publish and creatively develop their games. And Sony Interactive Studios, we have found a partner who unconditionally supports us all in all we are able to create, and they are able to accelerate their vision to create generation-spanning entertainment, all while preserving the creative independence that beats in Bungie's heart. So we together share a dream of creating and fostering iconic franchises that unite friends around the world. Yada, 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 fun, hubba, hubba. That's me. That's Jerica's verbiage. That's not in this article. Of course, Bungie will continue to be multi-platform and an independent studio and publisher and will sit alongside the company's PlayStation Studios developers. Jim Ryan, the CEO of Sony Interactive, said that Bungie's world-class expertise in multi-platform development and live game services will help us deliver on our vision of expanding PlayStation to hundreds of millions of gamers. So there's more in this, but ultimately, like, Destiny 2 is going to stay the same. If anything, it will get better because of the resources that PlayStation is going to give. Now we're back to Jericho's thoughts, not reading from the article. If anything, now Bungie gets to collaborate with Sony Studios, right, and share resources and knowledge and all that fun stuff. And on the flip side, Bungie gets to share their inside scoops into making live service games. So historically, like PlayStation, they don't have a lot of titles that have a live service element. Not that we want that, not that we need it, but I'm sure if obviously, I feel like the next big thing from PlayStation is going to be something to keep people involved in the ecosystem, and one of those things might be like live service titles from AAA studios like Naughty Dog. Like, for example, The Last of Us Factions, this rumored multiplayer. It's not really rumored; it's happening. We just don't know when or what it's going to be. But a standalone experience that they have been hiring for at Naughty Dog for a multiplayer game. Not Last of Us game, like a standalone multiplayer game, its own thing. Factions. It's happening. We don't know when and what it's going to be about, but I obviously with this news, like, it is going to be tying into like how do we continue updating this multiplayer game over multiple years, right? Yeah, it's going to keep. And I could see them doing this with every big PlayStation release, like. I see Horizon having some kind of multiplayer live service element to it. Ghost of Tsushima sort of already has that with, like, I think it's Legends, or there's a mode in Ghost of Tsushima. They had introduced a free-to-play multiplayer mode. I think it's called Legends. I could be wrong. It was something. If you know, you know.
Correct us in the chat if you do know.
But I see every single big game that comes out of Sony now is going to have, like, a sustainable game in between releases.
Which is cool,
it's awesome. So, like, we might have to wait 3 or 4 years, even 5 years until the next Last of Us, but we're going to be able to play Last of Us Factions in between. And it's going to be something that's going to be continually updated, and they're going to add cool features.
And watch the show.
Yeah, and watch the show. Like, there's so much content coming. Like, I think that's what PlayStation wants to do to stay relevant is, like, user heavy hitters and make it important on multiple ways to eat it. Essentially, how many ways can we eat Last of Us. I'll eat it anyway.
Quote of the episode. Late from Lunch said, "This is the weirdest deal I've ever seen Sony make. The details of the deal are absolutely wild." Huh?
It's interesting because like at a glance you're like, what's Sony like really getting for this? Because like when all the other companies that are buying these studios literally are buying them to have the content exclusively on their platform. And this is not what that is. I don't have all the parts of it pulled up. So Late for Lunch, if you have anything in particular want to highlight, you should share. I literally think this is something that PlayStation wanted access to Bungie's way of making live service games, and like how did they make it sustainable over years? Like this Destiny started in 2014.
Yeah.
And still people are still, I don't know how many current players it has, but like there's lots of people that still play Destiny.
Z Penguin said live service game experience and leadership.
And that reminds me of another new detail, and we'll get back to if anyone makes another comment. Also, recently announced, I don't remember his name. Hold on, let me just pull it up. Anybody else say anything else in chat while I'm pulling
Not
this
yet, but I'll be looking, Let us know if you have any thoughts. There's a lot to discuss. Oh, okay, really quick. Destiny 2 Steam charts. So, in the last 30 days, there's been an average of 52,000 players. So, that's a lot.
That seems like a lot to me. That seems like a lot to me. I don't know.
In the last 30 days, I would say, yeah.
I don't know what to compare that to. So
I don't either.
know. Like, that's, to us, it seems like a lot.
Okay, Late from Lunch said Destiny as an IP is in no way worth $3.6 billion. They make like $100 million a year on Destiny, so it would take like 30 years to make it back. Sony must be really confident in the other two IPs they're working on. That's Late from Lunch.
I feel like they've also read into like even the new stuff they're working on is still going to be multi-platform. So I'm sure. Like I'm also surprised that like they haven't just come out and said like, "Hey, you have a PlayStation 5, which queen's free?" Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how finance works with games. I have no idea. I don't know if that would be not a good idea or would be a great idea. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if like PlayStation has to have something that makes Destiny, a little bit more special on PlayStation.
Oh, interesting thoughts. So JTH Kong said Sony wants to make Destiny a movie, maybe?
Oh yeah, this is great segue. Because just yesterday, this is cool news. League of Legends animation director has been hired by Bungie for Destiny Transmedia. So Bungie is looking to expand Destiny beyond video games. Bungie has hired Derek Sai. Don't know how you pronounce his last name. That was probably incorrect. Forgive me. He formerly worked at Riot Games as an animation director on League of Legends shorts. He's also worked on numerous high-profile studios throughout his career. He has been made head of development for Destiny Universe Transmedia, suggesting that Bungie will accelerate its efforts to take Destiny beyond the video game franchises. So yeah, pretty big stuff. I could just saying this, like they do have a gold mine on their hands when it comes to a universe. Like, did they just not only buy like a fun online game, or did they buy an IP that's like literally could be on par with, don't slap me in the face, don't be mad at me, internet, but could be on par with like Star Wars or something. Just saying, like this could be comics, it could be movies, it could be shows. Like I don't know, I said movies, but shows. Like I would love an animated series from Destiny. It doesn't have to be anything related. Like there's so much lore in Destiny, like I don't even know what's going on because it's not in the game. Not a lot of it's in the game. Yeah. They've recently just started adding like better cutscenes and a little bit more story like with each season. But literally when you played Destiny 1 for the first time, you had to read these like little digital cards in the game and like you had to read about things in the game. It wasn't happening to you. You just had to read some back lore.
I played some of the first Destiny. I didn't play it all the way through, but So one last comment from Late from Lunch. He says, also Sony has been notoriously strict creatively with their other studios. It's weird that they gave up complete creative control to Bungie. Weird power imbalance between them and the other studios. It will be fun to see but he said it'll be fun to see how it plays out.
They know, obviously, they thought something was worth it there, and they did it. So, I don't know.
We'll see.
It is going to be interesting to see. I'm excited. I'm just glad, apparently they got a huge incentive to stay. A lot of employees are getting paid.
That's good.
With stock options, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how the business works, but they want Bungie people to stay at Bungie.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Any closing comments? Anything else to add?
No, I would love an animated series from Destiny.
That would be really neat.
That's what I want.
Tell the world. Okay, all right. So I have a couple of comments from our listeners before we dive into our expert mode a little bit, which is just going to be going over this. It's just fun to go over how many hours we spent in certain things.
Our quick recap.
Yeah. So Jerica, if you want to, I've already logged into mine, so I'll have it pulled up. But if you want to get logged into yours to have your stats pulled up, I put the link in our shared note as well.
Okay.
I'm going to go over our listeners' responses to, and if you're watching live, I would love to also hear your responses on what game do you feel like you've spent the most hours on? So not just in the past year, we're going to be going over just 2021, but what do you think the most hours you put into a game is? If you have those hours, let us know. I know Late from Lunch is Counter-Strike, for sure.
Yes.
He's listening. I would love to know, Late from Lunch, if you can tell us how many hours you spent in Counter-Strike, I would love to know. Please tell us.
It's been years in the making, so there's no telling.
But
I don't know if you want to share that.
No pressure. I'm so sorry if you felt pressured.
No, you should definitely pressure him.
Okay, so our listeners on Twitch, or not Twitch, on Twitter, let me go back to my note. Okay, so Oceanic815, which is our friend of the show, said Destiny. So he also is in the same boat. Did not say how many hours, though. WTF FamCon, I believe that's how you say that, so sorry, said the only recent game I know I put a bajillion hours into was Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
Okay.
And then I need to know, this is a very this is another podcast that you guys should check out. It's Gaming Together podcast that says they spent 1,328 hours in Rock Band 4.
I'm not going to say anything because that's incredible.
I've got questions.
That's an accomplishment.
Are you playing all the instruments? I need to know, what the context
just the drums,
is here.
the guitar, what we doing here? Because that drum set is a workout. Let me tell you.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So Late from Lunch said 3,000 hours in Counter-Strike.
Cool. That's not too bad considering. It's not bad considering if Audrey played Destiny as much as she did, consistently for multiple years, it would be well beyond that, I feel like.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad.
And then we have our last one is the console kids said The Last of Us is probably the one they put the most into, which is awesome. Jericho, would you say probably Destiny?
Oh, yeah. It's the only game. The second closest would be probably World of Warcraft.
Okay.
Because there's the only two games I've ever played that consistency where you play it all the time. Yeah.
Okay. Mine is definitely Apex or Overwatch. I
wonder which one would win. I wonder if there's any way for you to look up how many hours you played Overwatch.
No, probably not, because PlayStation doesn't do the best. I don't think Overwatch has an internal system to where it could show me
it somehow.
I'll see if I can find out. Well, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let's move into our wrap up, Jerica. Do you want me to do
PlayStation wrap? You can go ahead and go.
Okay, mine is. I have a sneak peek of yours. I'm surprised I thought I played a lot more hours on my PlayStation.
Me too.
I played a lot of hours on my Switch actually last year. So I think that might contribute to it as well. But
So I was leaking.
I only played a total on my PlayStation 189 hours. There's not that much, really.
You're just beating the games and, moving on to the next thing. And there wasn't a whole lot that came out last year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, stuff came out, but
This is interesting. So I'm going through the wrap up summary. So your hours broken down. So 70% of my time was actually PS4 titles. Only 30% of my time was played on PS5 titles, which is interesting. So let's see. I played only 8 games in 2021, which just seems like a very low amount. That's sad. I don't know if that's right, but we'll just go with it. That's on PlayStation. So number 1 is, to no surprise, Apex Legends. 106 hours. So majority of my time was in Apex. Control. This was surprising. Control is my number 2.
Really?
Yeah, at 19 hours.
Wow. Okay.
Resident Evil Village is number 3 at 16 hours. Hold on, I lost my spot. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard is number 4 at 13 hours. And then Life is Strange True Colors is number 5 at 10 hours. So majority of my time was definitely in Apex. I got 131 new trophies. I got 0 platinums last year, which is sad. That's my goal, is to try to do more of that this year and do some...
Wait till you hear mine.
Yeah. I'm excited.
You have to stay and wait. You can't leave yet. Anyone watching, you can't leave until you hear what I have to say.
I should have 1 platinum from Apex. But I digress.
But there's no such thing, unfortunately. Maybe that'll change this year.
There's too much content for you to tell me there's no platinum trophy in Apex. I don't get it.
I'll never forget that.
Oh my god! Okay, that's all. So...
If you didn't know, Kayla thought she got the platinum for Apex.
Because I did all the trophies.
I'm like, oh, cool, you got all the trophies, but there's not... I mean, technically in my heart, you got the platinum, because you got all the trophies, but there's not a platinum for Apex. Yeah, so I had to break the news. I thought about not telling her, but then she would have saw it on this and been like, why don't I have the platinum?
Okay, that's all for me. That was just my quick wrap-up. I want to play more games this year. My goals, and I already have, because I now have access to Game Pass, which I wonder, let me know, people who are Game Pass members or that play on Xbox, do they do a wrap-up? Is there some sort of tracking for that? Because I would love to know. I love stats.
Yeah, I actually never paid attention, so I don't know. I
love stats, so let me know. Jerica, take me through your wrap-up really quick.
Okay, here we go.
A lot more hours than me.
Well, how many hours? 120 something?
189.
I played 751. I didn't go on any vacations though, Kayla.
Yeah.
You actually went and explored in the Earth, around the Earth. I did not.
It's still pandemic mode.
Gonna do it this year though. I'm gonna get out more, I promise. So 751 hours. I did take 3 vacations just to play games this year.
That's true.
Year, so, just doing my best here. But here, let's get into the details of what I've been playing. 684 hours was spent on PS5 titles. No, is that right? 91% of my total playtime was on PS5 titles. 9% was on PS4 titles.
Interesting. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how that counts, but we'll find out. I guess maybe Destiny, because I guess, does that count? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I played, this is some random bits of info, 364 hours played locally and 387 hours played online.
Okay.
Played 228 days, total days played. I guess it's out of the year how many days I played. I'm really surprised I didn't pick up the PlayStation VR last year. I had 0 hours in PlayStation VR.
Huh.
Usually I play some Beat Saber, which sounds wrong. I feel like that's wrong. Because I feel like we played
I feel
Beat
like you
Saber
definitely played Beat Saber, but maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah.
I played 15 games. Because I feel like I had 8 games, but then maybe I was looking at the wrong stats. But I actually played 15 games last year. The number 1 game being Destiny 2
Nice.
on PS4 and PS5, so I guess it does count for PS5. 432 hours in Destiny. Second, Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
Nice.
That's what you need to get to, Kayla.
I've got it downloaded.
Okay, Kayla, because it's Game Pass now, right?
Yeah.
You went to Game Pass.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh, you're in for a treat. Audrey also played that this year and had so much fun.
I would like to stream
fell
it.
in love with it.
I would like to
let's
stream
go.
it. So
we gotta do
whenever I get my setup.
Yeah. I want to watch you create your character. That'd be
Yeah.
fun. So Mass Effect was number 2, the Legendary Edition, 38 hours, and that's just, I only played the first and second game. I might have gotten to the third. I was doing a speed run, just like replaying it, and I made all the same damn choices. I made no difference. Oh, hey, there's a magical arm in the scene.
Did you see that?
That was cool. Hunter's arm just came out of nowhere and threw a cable at Kayla.
That needs to be in our episode recap.
Yeah, it is. My number 3 was Guardians of the Galaxy. Great game. Ended up being a really phenomenal game. I didn't think it was ever going to end, but definitely blew me away. If you haven't played Guardians of the Galaxy and it's on sale or you've caught it at some point, I actually, Kayla, need to give you a code because I have a free code for Guardians of the Galaxy
I would
for
love to
PC.
try it.
I have to give you that.
How many hours did you spend on that one?
31.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So 1 Guardians of the Galaxy equates to 2 Mass Effect games. So just that sort of explains why I felt like I didn't think Guardians of the Galaxy was ever going to end. It's a long game. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart was number 4, 22 hours. It's a shorter experience. And I actually spent just as long in Marvel's Spider-Man. I don't know why I just said Marvel's Spider-Man. Marvel, I may be correct here. Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales was 21 hours, but I did basically play the game twice because I have 1 trophy to get the platinum. I'm like at the last part to get the platinum.
Nice.
I replayed it for New Game Plus. Also played some Returnal, but that didn't hit the count. I kept dying a lot. And I wasn't getting far in Returnal. I do want to get back to that game, though, because Returnal is awesome. That game is super fun to play. It's hard, but super fun
I like watching you stream it. I don't think I would like it personally, but I like watching you play it.
I need to do that again. I need to play that. I said replay it. I haven't got out of the second biome or whatever. This year, or last year, I have added 395 trophies. Hey, I got 1 platinum at some point.
You did?
It does say 1, yeah.
What was
I don't
it
know what
for?
it's for. Can I tap on it? It doesn't tell me.
Oh, man. I would
It
like to
wasn't
know.
Destiny, because that wouldn't be on this.
What was it, Last of Us 2?
Oh, no.
No, that was the year
'cause That was
before.
the year before. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
That was the year before last.
We've been doing this a hot minute.
I don't know what I got I don't remember. Here was the thing. I didn't think I got any platinums. I'm like, oh, stay tuned. How many platinums did she get? And I was going to say 0. But
you
it
got
says 1. It says I got 1 somewhere. I'm trying to think what that was. I don't know. I wish I could tap on it and see what it was.
Well, you'll have to let us know. Get back to us.
You have to tune in to the next episode to find out what platinum trophy did I get from last year.
You will never know until 2 weeks from now.
Yep. Rest is just some random bits of information, I guess.
Late from Lunch said Ratchet and Clank. Did you get the platinum for that?
I didn't. I actually didn't, which is surprising because that Ratchet and Clank, the remake from 2017, was the first platinum I've ever gotten. And that was just one of the funnest. I just haven't gotten back to Ratchet and Clank. I haven't gotten back to it. And I'm sort of bummed about it. Yeah, I beat
Okay.
it. It was awesome. It's so good. It's more of the same thing. I think that's part of like what my brain was just like. It loved it, but also was like, it's more Ratchet and Clank. The story's really cute though, and I love Ribbit. You should definitely play it at some point, Kayla.
Okay.
You shouldn't even worry about the 2017 one. Just
I
play
started
this one.
it and I don't know. It didn't keep me in. We'll see. I wanted to say one thing really quick. So The Penguin said, Xbox gave you stats all the way back to the original Xbox, and you get to walk around in your own museum of Xbox gaming history.
Of course, that sounds very overachievement.
Do you know
Get it?
Does anybody?
Achievement unlocked, like, right? That's what it says still.
I want to know, like, I wonder if Game Pass, though, specifically like PC Game Pass, could give me. I know Steam shows you the amount of hours you spend, but most of the games I've been playing as of right now are.
Well,
through
shoot,
Steam.
I gotta go check out this Microsoft thing now.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'd be interested to see, because I used to play exclusively on that.
Yeah.
Like, before 2012.
Tell us how to do that, The Penguin, or if you're still on here, tell us how to do it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, do you have any other goals for this year for gaming? Things you want to do?
I want to. This sounds crazy, but would be officially the first year where I played Destiny the whole year.
Yeah?
See it from beginning to end, the whole year, the whole new expansion.
Yeah.
Where I don't drop off of it, because I've always dropped off of Destiny, Kayla.
Yeah.
And I quit playing it. So my goal this year is to have a healthy balance of Destiny and other games.
Okay.
And hopefully Destiny has its ups and downs with just content. Like, it's fine. I'm going to be okay when I get to the point where I'm like, okay, this is enough Destiny. I keep doing the same things. But I got a few weeks until something else comes out. Like, that'd be perfect, because then I can go back to something else.
Right.
Like, I need to beat Halo Infinite. Like, I got to beat Halo Infinite. I need to beat Psychonauts. So I would say, don't let Destiny consume my life, my gaming life. But also kick some of the games off my backlog of Doom.
Okay, so Jacob's The Penguin said museum.xbox.com.
Okay.
And that's where you go. It looks really cool. So I would love to know. Maybe we can talk about this on the next episode, or you can post it on Instagram or something, because it looks really neat.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking to the side because I had to plug my phone up, so I'm like, hello there.
I saw the arm give it to you. I understand.
What a good podcast husband who just, I texted him and I asked, can you bring me a phone charger? And you just saw the arm appear.
It's like, wow, magical arm.
Yeah, look at that and then let me know what you, like, if it shows you some cool stuff, because that'd be awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's all then. That was a fun episode. Thank you guys for being engaging in the chat. You helped wake us up, I feel like, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. And now just thought, oh, I can't wait to get cozy. And take a nap.
I'm actually probably going to play some games. We'll see.
Maybe.
All right.
I'm not even going to play Destiny. I'm going to go straight to bed.
Wow. That balance. You're starting to balance already.
Yeah, well, sleep is always a priority for me, Kayla. You know this.
It's not for me.
Kayla will be texting me. It's like 10 o'clock, and she's like, oh, I got this idea. I want to do this. And I'm like,
asleep.
Sometimes I just don't respond. You're like, I guess she's asleep. Do not disturb's on already. It's 9:30.
Delivered quietly. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.